Hey, welcome back to Do You Remember This Movie?
It was TV show.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering if we were going to talk about TV shows. But anyways, I just stare into a light now. I can't see anything. But anyways, hey guys, welcome back. It's another wonderful evening. Here we are on Do You Remember This Movie or this TV show? With Trent, with Cam. Welcome back, guys. How are we doing?
Very good.
Doing okay.
Doing okay. Well, my name is Corey, and I'm going to pass it on right to Cam and get the show going over there, actually. And he's going to give us some details on the movies we got tonight.
Now it's time for the synopsis with Cam. The synopsis with Cam.
All right, we got a good old double feature for you tonight. First one we're gonna look at is the last one, or the original last one, Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Fun fact: this was funded by the 9th Grade Health Teachers Association. This 90-minute piece of propaganda teaches us that nothing good will ever happen in life if you sin. Premarital sex, you're gonna get macheted. Drinking alcohol, you're screwed, buddy. Smoking the reefers, movie screen machete. But murdering a murder, that's actually kind of a gray area. We'll open that up to discussion with the class now. Go ahead.
Yeah. First, I just want to say I love the cover of this movie, though. I just think it looks really cool.
Well, I was just gonna mention that there is some symbolism in this, not just for the Teachers Association, but we decided to do some Friday the 13th movies because this is our 13th episode.
Woo! Confetti.
Yeah, like. Remember how young we were 12 episodes ago? That was God, that was so long ago.
It seems like yesterday.
Seems so far away. Let's find out who's in this movie. Now it's time. That's not it.
Now it's time for the cast and crew. Speaking of the name Corey Feldman is in this movie.
Wow.
Little Corey. He's just a little guy.
So that, I was going to bring this up later, but I think this movie, along with the other movies kind of made it right around this time, like Gremlins, Goonies, other things, or whatever, really proved that we liked Corey Feldman better when he was Corey Feld Kid.
Agreed. But Corey Feldman plays Tommy, like the main character in this movie, besides Jason, of course. But you probably remember him for his role in Meatballs 4.
The quintessential.
Yes, that was by far what everybody probably knows Corey Feldman for. Nothing to do with angels or anything. Next, we got Jimmy, who is played by Crispin Glover, who is known for He's known for High School USA. That's what most people probably know him from. If you disagree, feel free to correct me in the comments. But lastly, Jason, he's the killer in this movie. Spoiler.
Oh, wait, what?
Yep. Jason Voorhees, spoiler alert, is the killer in this particular version of Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Not saying there's another version, but his name is Richard Broker, and he is mostly known for his role as Jason Voorhees in Friday Part 3. So the one before this one.
Yeah. So he got to just resume the role back to back. Like,
yeah, he did so good, that they wanted to bring him back for this one.
Well, for continuity's sake, like they it would just ruin it if they just threw somebody else in there.
Yeah. Like there could never be another Jason, right?
That would be it would cheapen it. It would, like when Maggie Gyllenhaal took over in The Dark Knight from Katie Holmes' character. It just ruined it.
Which was Tom Cruise's fault.
Yeah,
but that's another conversation.
So I guess I have more clips for this one than I do for the other one. But here's what I did. I had a hard time with both these movies to find clips I guess the Friday the 13th franchise has been well picked through. So so what I did was that this is the first time that I actually went ahead and looked at like moviemistakes.com, IMDb, and I looked at the mistakes because I didn't want to do the ones that everybody talks about. So that means that there's not many mistakes that we come up with here. So if you so any viewers that are like, no, somebody else talked about this mistake. I didn't do a lot of reading.
And there are a lot of like die-hard Friday the 13th Jason fans out there. I like to consider myself a pretty big fan of them, but I mean, I wouldn't say like it's not my favorite horror movies.
Well, and also like if you like with both of these movies that we're going to look at tonight is the problem that you come up with really quickly when you're starting to look at what other people found as mistakes. Most of them are like continuity mistakes, like oh, if you go to 1 hour 21 minutes and 39 seconds, he only has this much blood on his machete, but then just 2 seconds later it's covered in blood. Like that, I would never care that much. Right, I'm
people
more.
Do. People do.
Yeah, I'm more. So the things that we're going to show are just things that I don't really have that many, but things that we like to show in our show here is the things that just don't make sense. Not so much that this door was shut a little bit more when they look back at it, right?
I am honestly pretty genuinely curious on which clips you picked. Like watching these, I was wanting to like put input in, but I didn't know. I was just like. Just an hour and a half. Just put the whole movie in.
Well, so one thing that they stopped doing, I'm not as much of a Friday the 13th chronologist. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Off. Yeah, I've seen them all. I know them all. I've seen them all more than once. But I guess I don't know at what point they stopped doing this. The rehash. You know.
Oh, sure.
The previously on Friday the 13th, right?
Well,
but
and of course they do this, I think, so if you've never seen any of them, like, but like at this point,
then you'd be totally lost. You'd be like, wait a second. Is the guy who just killed that girl the guy who killed that guy? I don't know what's going on here.
It's a mystery. I mean,
you never see his face. I mean,
well, I already spoiled the movie for anyone who hasn't seen it.
Is it a whole hockey team?
Is it a whole hockey team? Is it the goalie or is it the forward? I don't know which one it is. I do want to say before we get into it, so this, I know a little bit about Jason here. So this campground is called Camp Packanack, I believe it's called. And this is one of the levels on the game. And the game did such a good job at putting detail into it. It's really fun. I have played.
You're talking about the Friday the 13th game made for NES from 1987.
Yes.
Or whatever you're looking.
Yeah. No, the newer one. But anyways, yeah, let's see. This is story time at Cap Panakuchen, as I call it.
Okay, so this is how the movie starts with this like recap, right?
Some folks claim they've even seen him right in this area.
Who's that? Oh, hi. What are you doing out in this mess?
The girl who survived that night at Camp Blood, that Friday the 13th, she claimed she saw him.
So you know what this reminds? Like I said, this reminds me of like sitcoms.
On Facts of Life.
I didn't expect you to come all the way up here from Chicago.
By the way, that was Nancy McKeon, who was also in High School USA. It just reminds me of like the previously on ER, and then they show the recap
on Friday.
So I didn't want to. I couldn't clip the thing I wanted to clip there because it was kind of they montaged it a little bit too much for me. Because now we're already on the fourth movie, right? So by the way, it's not called. I was wrong when I said that. I was like, hey, let's do Friday the 13th 4. It's not actually called 4. It's
not.
No, it's
the final chapter.
Yeah.
Before we go on, I just saw something. I saw the sign there, and I wanted. I saw the sign. No, I saw the Welcome to Crystal Lake there, like in the kind of the montage there. So I wanted to play show and tell just for a moment here. So I do have Welcome to Crystal Lake sign.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I'm not a fan though.
Well, the clip I wanted to show was that they do show at the beginning of the movie is, I believe it's from the second movie, which is one of the dumbest plot devices ever. Until you get to this movie, it's one of the dumbest plot devices I've ever seen. I believe it's from the second one, where the young girl finds Jason's mom's sweater.
Yep.
And puts it on. Mm-hmm. And Jason's confused. He's like, Mom?
That was the, I'm not a fan, I swear. That was the very end of the first one.
Oh, it was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
That's the second one.
Yeah, no, it is for sure.
I think it's the second
she's the only one who makes it out, I thought.
I think it's the second one.
The first one's the mom. No, it is in the second one. And then in the third one, they do like the whole like the ending of part 2 again. Like the first 20 minutes, I think, of the third one is the ending of the second one. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go on with
and I think you're right, because I think it's the second one where where Jason's gonna attack them. She puts the sweater on, and she convinces Jason that she's his mom.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you're right. And then in the third one, they play that whole bit.
Like 20 minutes worth of it.
Yeah, because they were like, we got an hour and 10 minutes of film, but we still got the other film. It's like when you like if you look up find like full albums from the band The Doors, and they all have like the same songs on them, right? Because the label said they needed 8 songs, and we had 4, but the other album had 8.
So let's take the last 4 from that album and put them on this album, but we'll put them as the first 4 tracks.
Yeah, but nobody will notice.
Geniuses.
All right.
Front door open.
Okay, so we get right into the mom. By the way, I had to watch this movie twice last night to see did they ever find the mom?
No, she's killed off screen. It's completely.
You're right. You don't see her. Yeah. You hear her die. Mm-hmm. You don't see her die. But then the kids never find it. I was wondering if that was a conscious like parental guidance effort. With that, they're like, well, then parents would definitely not let their kids see this. Murdering teenagers is fine. Murdering a parent has to happen off screen, and the kids can't ever know about it.
Yeah, correct.
Anyway,
correct.
Well, she just got done saying that, she's giving him a talking to, right? Because he keeps leaving the door open. So they don't go into a lot of backstory about these people, but essentially they must have just moved here, right? And but no matter when they got here, they know of the issue. I mean, the movie starts with them taking bodies out of this place. They must know about this. Later, the girl talks about knowing about all this. So I would think that maybe she's not being such a mom here. Maybe Feldman's Tommy character is being a complete idiot. A murderer just killed a dozen people, and you're gonna leave the door open at the only house nearby?
He is an idiot. I mean, so Tommy's just wait. Tommy comes back, by the way.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna actually bring that up in a second.
Okay. I need a bypass patch cord.
He needs a bypass patch cord. How to say you're making stuff up without saying you're making stuff up.
That's actually what sparked his music career. That line. He's still looking for one.
He's still looking for one.
Trish will drive you. Oh, honey, get a haircut.
It's such a gag. Okay, there's some things here though. So notice that it has the same. I don't know if you guys can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
Okay, it has the same V as the hockey mask. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. It kind of has like.
And also, this kind of looks like the grotesque Jason. I mean, kind of. Maybe like the bug eyes a little bit, but.
You know what's funny is that she just told him to get a haircut.
Oh, I know. But here it's okay. So he's good at making. Well, this is here. Let me watch the rest of the scene, and I'll comment.
Oh, Ma. It's a nice mask. Do I have to get a haircut?
You're getting pretty terrific at making those things.
So terrific that if he was being attacked by some like non-stoppable force guy that can be tricked into believing something, he could almost whip up a mask really quickly. It bothers me that Tommy's had 2 movies to figure this out. 2. He gets 2 chances, and his one skill that we focus far too much time on in these movies, he doesn't even execute. Like his one skill, like that's his asset. That's what he brings to the team. And yet it's just pointless.
Doesn't do anything with it.
I just cussed.
Oh, and I did want to point out this. This movie really, it's almost like they just let Feldman decide when he wears glasses and when he doesn't. Anyway.
Yeah.
Demised it.
All right.
Cereal reading glasses.
Yeah,
gotta read his alphabet soup.
Yeah, didn't he like start eating cereal right after that?
Yeah. That was pretty good, Cam. It went over my head for a second, then it came right back. So this is the movie that a lot of people say Crispin Glover doesn't act all that weird in, and I think that I don't know. Just because the other actors on the screen don't react to the crazy things that he says doesn't make him any less Crispin Glover than he usually is.
Yeah, what is that something you read in your research or?
Oh, no, we have no suits.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
everybody's
he's super weird.
Dipping.
Super weird.
Crispin Glover is just a hero.
Like it reminds me of like, Dumb and Dumber when he's like, "I'm sorry, my friend's a little slow. The town's back that way."
In this scene, okay, so maybe I'm alone on this one, but I feel like our B plot guy. I don't know what his name is, but
I think that's Rob.
But okay, am I alone on this? Does it feel like they were setting it up for people to think that it was him that was murdering people?
Like this is now a mystery whodunit movie?
Kind of like, you know, like, okay, rewatch it and think that that's what they're setting up, and you'll start to see the signs. Like, okay, so you got this drifter camper guy out here by himself, and he's got a gun. Okay, Corey Feldkid is going to ask for a screwdriver here. Yep, got one right. Oh, that's a knife. Got a knife here.
Okay, give it a crank.
Anyway, it feels like that's what they were gonna do, and man, couldn't it have been a good movie if that's what it was? Like, had they expanded on that you know, like he always just shows up right after and mysteriously has blood on his clothes or something. It could have been.
He could have carried the franchise.
Yeah.
It
could have been the first chapter.
Even when so I'm going to show us a scene here in a minute, but even when she goes to his tent, she finds him. He kind of scares her, and she's like, "Oh my God," and I still believe that the B plot guy had a better B plot at some point, and then it just got overlooked for the other stuff. All right. I did want to bring up this young lady. What was her name, Corey?
Man, that might be Samantha. Or Judy Arndt. Her character name's Samantha, but Judy Arnson.
Yeah, she was in Weird Science. With the actor that played Tommy Hook in Thrashin'. So our movies don't go far from each other.
They're all in the same universe.
Yeah. I like earlier when I said, were the twins in anything? And you were like, what twins? Like, the two girls that are look
identical and look alike.
And they dress alike. They walk alike. Sometimes they even talk alike.
I was like, there's no baseball team in this. No, I'm just kidding.
I just wanted to include this scene.
Tina!
Because we get to see this young lady.
You don't mind, do you?
Actually, I was thinking about taking a little swim. Seems to be getting a bit close in here for me.
Snarky. So, hopefully this goes right to the... Here we go. So, like I said, I've heard, I'm not gonna say I've heard 100 times, but I've heard a dozen times that, did you know that Crispin Glover was in one of the Friday the 13th movies and he acts totally normal? Does he?
Dude, nobody acts normal. Yeah.
This might be his most Crispin Glover-ness moment.
The director's like, just, I don't know, just move a little bit, like do like a dance move or something. And that's what he did. And the director just didn't have the heart to say no. He just went with it. or he wasn't enough Crispin Glover.
Yeah.
So he's like, can you get more of me
crispin it up a little?
Yeah.
Looking for some gloving.
Yeah, can you crispin this up a little bit?
Yeah, right now you're on 10. We need you to be on Crispin. I did clip this all the way to the end of it, though, because I love when they shut the music off and he's still going to try to do a move.
Out of control.
Hey, how come you turned that off?
Yeah, man. We're having a good time.
All right, and then Corey, I'm not making fun of you, but you mentioned like that you didn't notice they were twins. This is just, I feel like this actor did not react to his joke. So they're both courting the twins, a twin apiece, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they have this conversation, and I just think I think this joke is hilarious. Yet I feel like the movie missed it. Like it went over the movie's head.
I told you that I didn't like that. Besides, you've got the hot one of the two of them.
Besides, you got the hot one of the two of them.
Of the two of them.
They're twins.
The identical twins.
What a great joke.
That is good.
Anyway.
Yeah, I would agree. The movie, yeah. They missed an opportunity.
And I like that that there's the character growth in this just one scene is a Crispin Glover and one of the twins end up in a situation, a relationship situation, romantic.
Which character had the growth in this scene?
Yeah, no, she does because check this out. So her and her twin were doing everything together, everything. They go to camp together, right?
You gotta go.
We gotta go. To the restroom.
You go. Tina, I'm gonna leave without you. Take an umbrella.
The English.
So they gain their independence. They're no longer twins. They're individual, separate sisters.
They've been split.
Yeah. They're splitting their relationship beyond the split embryo.
Well, and they were booked after this movie to be in a Doublemint ad, and then when they saw this scene, they were like, and that's what ruined their career.
And they weren't in anything.
That's why they weren't in anything else.
I mean, looking at it, so you got so one of them is named Joan, the other one is named Lisa. Okay, well, hold on. Lisa Freeman, one of the twins, actually was casted in two other movies that Crispin Glover was in. One of them being, he was in Back to the Future.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So Lisa Freeman was in Back to the Future as well.
As what?
I don't know. I just seen that she was, and she was in. Oh, she was Babs. Whoever Babs is
from the second one.
From the first and second one, it says. So apparently we're a bunch of dummies and don't know who Babs is. So whoever's watching this, let us know that we're not smart. But yeah, she was in both of those. So now it makes me wonder, is she the one with Crispin in that scene? Like which twin is that? Is that Lisa or is that Joan?
It's Lisa. Oh wait, no. What's Lisa's character's name? Tina.
Oh no, yeah. Lisa's name. Lisa's Nurse Morgan. Wait, Joan Freeman and Lisa Freeman. Are those twins too? Hold on a second. I'm getting confused here. There's a Joan Freeman who played Mrs. Jarvis, which we saw already. And then there's a Lisa Freeman who played the Nurse Morgan. So where are the actual twins? Are those not the twins?
The twins are...
Okay, the twins are Camilla Moore and Carrie Moore.
That sounds right.
I just got confused because there were two Freemans in there. Anyways, that threw a wrench in this podcast tonight, huh?
We didn't get to the bottom of it.
But now we are. So now we can't be criticized.
Okay. Going forward.
All right, next scene.
Actually, the reason I paid attention to that scene is the rain, right? She goes, make sure you grab an umbrella, right? With her weird accent. But who knew that it was raining? Like nobody else in the movie knew it was raining. The girl that just went out, from Weird Science that just went out for a swim didn't know it was raining. Who knew it was raining until the very next second? When they show rain outside. But anyway. See, it's raining. All right.
Tommy, I'm going to towel off and then I'm going to strangle you.
She's going to strangle...
Is she the killer?
No.
Oh.
But she's upset that the door was opened again. Like, I rarely side with parents in these movies that were intended for teenagers because usually the parents come off as like, okay, mom, whatever. Right?
Yeah.
But she's got
some points.
A concrete, ironclad reason to have the door locked.
It's raining. The power must have went out.
Here's our Crispin Glover moment again. Okay, and he's with this. He's going to be with this actor named Lawrence Monason.
Ted? He plays Ted, yep.
Yeah. Okay, so he was in the movie Mask.
Yep, he was Ben in the movie Mask, yep.
But if he's not related to James Franco in some way or shape or form, I'm gonna call shenanigans here. Just watch.
Check it out. Why don't you run this through your computer, teddy bear? Hey, congratulations, Jimbo.
Here's one of the twins getting pulled out of the window. Did you guys notice her legs? So she wasn't wearing. She's just wearing her shirt, right? And socks, I think. This is a pretty blatant stunt double, and also they have something covering their legs.
Yeah, they have like leggings on, looks like.
Yeah. Kind of.
So that was our first.
Sorry, babe. The leggings stay on.
What were you say, Corey?
Was that our first scene with Jason then? Or we saw him early.
Oh, you see him kill the hitchhiker, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And he kills the people at the hospital.
Yeah.
And then he kills that girl that just from Weird Science that just went outside to swim.
Yeah. But I guess what I mean by that is that's our first time in the clips that we have seen Jason.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Here's some more James Franco's ancestor, okay?
That scene is worth the price of attendance. I love that scene.
Yeah,
it's
so
like the actor who's clearly never been high before.
He definitely clearly he never has been high, but like listen to these are his character names and just what he's known for, right? So not too long of names for him to remember the character he gets. So he was Ted in this, Ben in Mask. He was Gary, Chip, Rudy, Ray. Like these names are just four letters or less.
Yeah, he was never an Ebenezer or a Beelzebub.
He was never an Ebenezer. I mean, we got Alan, Scott, Charlie. Okay, Adam. Yeah, just little names. Nothing wrong with 3-letter names, by the way.
Was that a cam attack?
A little bit. Cam attack. I like that.
Cam's just like he knows my names more than.
Well, most people know Cam from being the Carnage Cage Cam. Mm-hmm. So.
Here's the scene where so he comes into the tent and she's all scared because I think that when they had filmed this part that she was under the impression that he may be the killer. I think the movie started with that thought and they drifted away. But anyway, I really like this scene because she acts like she doesn't know very much about Jason at all. But then when he says that the body's missing, she immediately, before he gets even done with his words, hops in and says his body was stolen. So it's weird.
He's alive. Look. Jason is a child, right? Artist's conception of Jason is described by a would-be victim, right? And then the murders.
But he's dead.
Jason's body has disappeared from the morgue.
It was stolen.
It was not stolen. 2 people at the hospital are missing. Coincidence? He's alive.
So, like, he's dead. No, his body was stolen. Or what did he say? His body.
His body's missing. She's like, it was stolen.
Like, so you knew that.
None of this scene makes zero sense.
Is that guy's name? Do we know? Is his name Rob or is his name Doug in this movie? I can't tell.
I don't remember, but
from their IMDb pictures.
I do want to clarify that I'm not actually making fun of her in this scene or even the dialogue, even though it seems weird. I believe that she's acting out a different movie here. She's acting out that she's accusing him of maybe doing these things. It's the only thing that makes sense.
And then this is the same guy from the car earlier.
Yeah.
In the previous clip. Yeah.
I actually kind of like this theory because I mean it would kind of fit with the theme of the series up to this point.
Yeah, and it makes it a better movie if they played it out.
Yeah, but they didn't.
Yeah, they didn't.
Sorry, spoilers.
And there's even a scene earlier when they bring the guy home, and Corey Feldman's like, I'm gonna bring this strange guy up to my room, and the mom's like, okay, but there's a moment during that scene where if you think of it the way I'm thinking of it, it's like the mom's like, wait a second, we don't know this guy. 2 people were just murdered at the hospital. They can't find the body of the murderer. I'm like,
Maybe. Yeah. Put 2 and 2 together there.
Yeah, but that's nobody else has come up with this theory online, as far as I know. But that's the way I'm playing it.
God. Tommy's at the house.
Yeah, Tommy's at the house that you just left.
And the door is wide open.
No, actually, he does. This is the one time he locks it because when they go back to the house, the Rob Doug guy just busts the.
We're just calling him Rob Doug, Doug, whichever one he is.
Yeah, he busts the window to open the door open, which also kind of makes it look like the mom maybe overreacted if it's that easy to get the door open. This is probably my last of my problem pieces with this movie, but does Jason know how phones work? I just don't. Yes. I just don't think he should know.
Well, he's had at least 2 movies to figure that out.
So and also let's just pretend that somehow Jason knows how the telecommunication system works. Okay, let's just pretend.
Well, he used to work for him. No, I'm just kidding.
Does this movie know how phones work? Okay, so watch this. He's trying to make a call. It's not working, and now he pulls the box off the wall.
It's not working.
And also, he just pulled the box off the wall. It doesn't mean that the cables aren't still hooked up.
Well, and there's no cables.
No, the cables are severed.
Either.
Oh, this is their Verizon tower. This is their
the 5G.
Yeah, the hotspot. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Their hotspot. All right, I don't remember where. Oh yeah,
Oh, we're getting close, aren't we?
Well, here's what I think. Okay, so for the most part, Friday the 13th movies are a wonderful delight of how do you stretch your budget as far as you can, as you can. And so I think that I don't know this for a fact, but I like to believe that they spent a lot of money on that window gag from earlier.
I was going to say they might have spent most of their money on the cast.
Well, but I think that they got the candy glass. I don't know if you guys know that's how they do it, right? They get the plastic. It's candy. It's whatever. All right.
Yeah, it's all those those TikTokers are eating glass on TikTok with candy glass. Yeah.
So I don't know what you meant by that, but I'm just gonna keep moving on. So we had that big grandiose scene of the girl getting thrown out the window. So second verse, same as first.
She almost hit her head there. Well, I guess I don't got to deal with that one.
Yeah, he's like, does that count?
Do you think he's bummed? Like he's like, that was my kill. Like, yeah. Dang it. Okay, well, I guess I'll go on to the next one. You think Jason gets depressed when he doesn't get the kill?
Yeah. It's like a.
He goes home and cries to his mother's head.
Well, like a 12-year-old playing Call of Duty, going, "It's a kill stealer."
Yeah.
Exactly. My shot.
Rage quits. Just goes, stomps home. Movie over.
Okay, this is a weird instance where I not only cut it for time, but I also extended it for right. So here we go. So Corey Feldkid finds Rob Doug's, stack of what plans?
His clippings.
Oh, clips. Yeah, So he's got. Again, I'm not going to keep talking about it, but it really does fit into the whole, my whole thought that this guy is obsessed with Jason, possibly a copycat killer. We don't know, but then he's actually a good guy and, whatever. But they didn't play that out. But Corey Feldkid sees all of this, and he comes up with his plan. So, remember, the second movie... just ridiculous. This young teenage girl puts on a sweater and Jason believes it's his mom. Like, that's just idiotic. It's idiotic because if anybody knows who their mom is, it'd be Jason, right? Like, I guess, hush it. Let me rephrase that. If anybody knows who Jason's mom is, it would be Jason himself.
Yeah.
That didn't make any sense.
Well, he's not the brightest.
Oh, and I also like that the sister's battling with Jason downstairs, and he's just up here,
just shaving his head.
Home makeover.
Mom told me to get a haircut, so here I go.
Good. All right, so here it is. If you thought that episode 2 was the stupidest thing that you've ever seen. Okay, so not only do I think that Jason himself should be able to recognize Jason's mom, even more so, Jason himself should be able to recognize Jason himself. And it's not even current Jason, it's Jason as a child. This doesn't make any sense. It shouldn't even stun him. He shouldn't be like, is that me?
Is that me?
Yeah, is that me as a kid? Did I come back? Did I not die? What? I don't. No.
No, it's actually the little known fact. Jason is actually just a big Lord of the Rings head, and he was like, "Oh my God, Gollum's my character. I'm meeting my hero, Gollum."
But it'd been cool. It'd been funny if he had been like, "Okay, my hair never looked that bad."
Yeah, like you overdid it, kid.
Yeah, you missed a spot. No. Oh. Am I looking in the mirror?
Are you Jason Voorhees? He's like, wait a second. I never had a Lacoste shirt. You guys probably can't see that on the screen. He's got the little alligator.
Alligator.
Yeah. I never wore cutoffs. Oh, so so the way he looks here kind of looks like his mask from earlier.
It does.
He could have saved himself a haircut.
He just put his mask on.
Saved a razor.
Yeah.
Right? And just put his mask on, maybe take those bug eyes out. It wouldn't have looked that far off.
Well, and technically, since his mother got killed off screen, like he didn't have to cut his hair.
Yeah. She's no longer there to nag about it.
I think that's my third haircut joke, and I will continue.
Well, and also like see where the blade is, just right above his sideburns there. It looks like Jason got a haircut.
I mean, on a real note, the practical effects in these movies are so much better than anything that they put out today, in my opinion. Like, it looks good. It looks really good. I thought it's cheesy, but it looks good. Trent disagrees by that face.
I love the practical effects.
I love practical.
Oh, no, okay, hold on. I love the effort. I love the thought, but I would even agree with you through some of the movie. But actually, the last two things that we saw, one where she was fighting with him and she cut his hand, like
that was kind of silly. Yeah,
that was pretty bad.
And then just now, when the blade's going through, it's actually pulling. Let's just go back. I'll show you. It's pulling his head back.
Yeah, it's like distorting the prop.
Yeah. They could easily just put a watermelon in there.
Well, what do you think would happen if you put a knife through a prop?
I'm with you. I like homemade effects better than anything put in afterwards. It doesn't even have to be CGI. I just don't like anything superimposed onto the.
I was going to ask earlier. Do you think his mask that he made was out of paper mache? Asking for a friend.
Well, in the next one, he makes it out of. You can see he's using latex.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start making masks. I'll tell you guys about that off screen. I
don't have a Jason mask, which I kind of wish I did. I have a Scream mask and a Halloween 2018 mask. I got a Casey Jones mask. I got a Trent Dutcher mask.
Do we know exactly what kind of mask the hockey mask was? Like, do we know? Do people know the model? And I mean, was it an actual model and stuff?
Oh, I bet there are nerds out there.
I'm sure there are, but it changed,
Yeah.
Like in the fifth one, it's a blue triangle.
Well, because he switched teams, he got traded in the offseason.
He got traded, yeah.
But like Michael Myers, you guys know
Captain Kirk.
Sure, yeah, Shatner.
Yeah, which is
Shatner. Yeah,
a wholly nother. It's a whole nother element to the Halloween saga, right? All right, we're gonna finish up the scene here with I just wanted show creepy Feldman again. I mean, and it's really funny is that this isn't as creepy as this kid gets throughout his life. It's in real life.
I was like, where's the joke here?
But it has this weird thing here. Okay, so he sees Jason's hands moving, so he has to react. It's kind of like the movie Fortress.
I think a lot of their budget went into like the slow motion effect in this one. Well, they use it a lot.
Well, I'll tell you, as Cam likes to bring up, that I'm much older, and that not just you guys, but anybody else who's ever lived. When I was a child and I saw this, I didn't see it in the theaters or anything. But I did see it like the first time it was played on TV, right? It was on USA, and they played all of them, like the first 5 when the 6th one came out or something like that, and which was my first time seeing this. And I thought that Corey Feldman's character, that because he changed his look to Baby Jason, that's what made him act like Baby Jason. But
he was just acting like himself.
It doesn't make it. Well, no, none of it makes any sense. And then I just want to show this last scene. This is how the movie ends. And I don't get it. I mean, I kind of get it, but now that we know what we know with the next movie, like. I'm gonna start making pop music.
That was yeah.
No, so it kind of feels like it was like Jason passed the torch to the next.
Did somebody say Shimona? No.
It feels like Jason passed the torch to Feldman, and now Feldman's going to be the new Jason, right? The Tommy Voorhees, if it were, but that's not what happens. Tommy's character's in the next movie.
Yeah, and Jason, Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. He's in that one. But I mean, he's in it. But then his character is also in Part 6. Jason Lives. Period. That's all I got.
It just doesn't make sense. And then just to bring it up again, Tommy's main skill set is that he can make masks. And he doesn't do that to advance the plot or to vanquish the villain. It doesn't. It's just. They might as well said he had a bottle cap collection. It does not do anything. Like I don't know. I don't know. Maybe somebody can come up with the idea of like, if he didn't know that he was crafty with the masks and he couldn't have shaved his head that way to convince Jason. I think that whole plot was so stupid anyways, that if you try to muscle your story that way, I don't think it works.
Well, why don't we just take an idea we had from Part 2 and just kind of do a similar thing? I mean, like, it's real easy to confuse Jason. Just pretend you either look like him as a child or pretend you're his mother.
Yeah, like it'd been great if, like, in the 5th movie, one of them just puts on like a milk delivery man uniform, like, Jason, it's your milkman.
I'm your father.
or you just put on a gray jumpsuit, overalls, and be like, I'm just here to check the meter. We can't come up with one more. You put on a fur coat. I'm your dog.
What?
You remember your dog?
Oh man. Yeah, he's not the brightest one.
All right, are you guys?
That's the end. I mean, that's the end of Friday the 13th, because that was the final chapter. Just kidding. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more after this, not including Freddy versus Jason in the remake.
And once again, it's time for the synopsis with Ken. The synopsis with Ken.
Okay, now it's time for the final one.
Yeah, let's get crazy.
Jason X. We can say a lot about this plot, but let's be honest. It's basically just a Star Trek DS9 episode, but with Jason Voorhees and like a way hotter version of C-3PO.
Absolutely.
Period.
That was it.
Yeah, I have some clips for this. Not a lot. I have some clips, but before we get into that, was anybody even in this movie?
Oh, there were. All right. Well, first, the character who played Dr. Wimmer was played by a gentleman named David Cronenberg, which you probably know him most from his role in the movie The Fly. He was the gynecologist. Yeah, that's what I remembered him from. I got canned laugh on that one. There we go.
Cameo.
Because he's the one who discovers that she's gonna have a fly baby, right?
Yes.
Who ended up being played by Eric Stoltz in The Fly 2. Which Eric Stoltz was not only in The Mask with the guy who played James Franco's relative from the final, what's called, the final chapter.
Can we get the lady with the math in the background meme overlaid right now?
Wait, hold on. So okay, but Eric Stoltz was also originally cast with Crispin Glover in Back to the Future, and they filmed half the movie with Eric Stoltz before they got as Marty McFly before they got Michael J. Fox.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was literally on the fly for Trent. Like, that wasn't thought about ahead of time. I don't know how you do it. I applaud you. But did you know?
Because I've seen 8 movies.
Yeah, and they all had the same people recycling a door or a revolving door. So I know I just said that there could never be another Jason like person who played him, like Richard Broker did it in part 2 and 3 or whatever, or 3 and 4. Well, they got rid of him. He wasn't Jason enough, so they actually got on a guy named Kane Hodder, who has been in many things. He's a big stunt coordinator. He does a lot of like effects and stuff like that. He's a stunt man, but he is Jason in this one. But I would say it's probably mostly known for being the stunt coordinator in the Friday the 13th game. And last but not least, this movie also has a bunch of wannabe OnlyFans models in this. So that's the last one I have.
You know what's funny is that same with our show has
a bunch of wannabe OnlyFans models.
All right, so like I said, I don't have a ton of this for this movie.
There's not a whole lot to.
No, this is one of those movies where, like, I believe that they meant it to be a comedy. It's just not that funny.
Oh yeah, I mean, they should have put comedy in the what do you call that? Description.
Yeah, like
movie.
Really, if
genre.
If Jason was holding like his machete with a joy buzzer or something, it would made this movie better because
it made like a sound like boing.
Yeah, like it just this movie like it plays itself like a comedy, but then it takes itself too seriously. So, but I watch this movie very much like I would watch like any Batman 66 TV series. Like,
sure,
it's camp for camp's sake, you know. But let's start off with this guy who I like to call Rasta Corey.
Okay.
Don't touch anything.
So now that's frozen to his hand.
Is that Marilyn Manson?
It's Rasta Corey. It's Corey Wavenak with dreads.
Yeah.
So
somehow he gets cut.
So Jason gets his one back now. From the girl jumping out the window on her own. He cut this guy's arm off without even being conscious.
So real quick, he was frozen. Like, yeah, he got trapped in like the
most flimsy plot. That's even flimsier than the Corey Feldman thing. It's the most flimsiest plot. Like it's almost like they had to cram in the movie before the movie starts off with 15 minutes of this other thing.
Yeah,
and then so that it can advance to the future to get this story.
However many
I
years
guess
in
that
the
kind of
future.
answers your question, Trent. Is when did they get rid of the recap thing? They never did.
Never do.
In fact, they made up a movie for the recap for this one.
Yeah, somebody should go back and make Friday the 13th 9.5.
What the in between? I love it.
What were you gonna say, Corey? I'm sorry, we cut you off.
Pretty much just that the first 15 minutes of this movie is completely, different than the rest of the movie. I mean, it's still just as bad, but yeah. So
it's supposed to be like in the year that this came out, right?
Oh well, this came out in 2001,
and then it's supposed to be like 2007 or something when the don't they also call it Camp Crystal Lake like research facility?
Yeah, they do call it that. That's where he is
in the beginning.
In the beginning,
because now we're 400 years ahead.
Right. But then later they have like the hologram stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it's weird that the prequel like section of the movie, because once you get to the 500 years in the future, it's like, okay, it's the future, it's space, whatever. But they set the prequel part not in present day, but 6 years in the future or something. I swear they said it's like 2007 or something.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then like, and hockey got banned in 2024. So
yeah, it was.
So we'll know this year if that's gonna be true. If that prophesized.
Well, if the Bruins make it to the finals, we'll know whose fault it was.
Yeah, we'll have to just ban hockey just to save the octopus, culture.
So Frozen Jason
just chop this kid's arm off. Yeah,
just chop the arm off without trying.
Yep.
It's like where you just like walk in a straight line going like this to your sibling. If you don't move, it's your fault.
It's your fault.
But yet he's frozen and he doesn't shatter into like a million different pieces.
Yeah. No, yeah, and also like again, it's hard to pick apart this movie because I think they came from a comedy, base, which
it's like Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, like
or Evil Dead, yeah.
Or yeah, Army of Darkness. Try to make
Army
fun
of
of
Darkness.
try to make fun of argument. That's just dumb. But anyway, they save his arm here, right?
55 cc's of ethylene. You'll be fine.
Because this is like a medical and military facility. Like it's flimsy there as well.
Yeah.
But they have this. The main plot is I'll show it here in a second.
Oh, you're so pretty.
Is that Ezra Miller?
No, it's Ross Corey.
I'm just trying to derail it from being me.
Yeah, deflect. Okay, so they got these nanotech mites that can repair people, and so that's what they use to repair the kid's arm. So Rostakori now has an arm again, right?
The quality budget of this movie just reminded me of like TV.
Yeah,
quality.
It's an episode of DS9.
Yeah,
it's like literally
exactly,
the exact same production level, but also this is 10 years later.
And so one of them's a camera that just is to.
One of the things in there is a camera. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all that they're there for. Like it just. So
one of them had to be the camera ant, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. And then so my problem with the nanomite idea is so many people die on this ship. Couldn't they have just rushed them into the room and got them all fixed?
Many times they should have.
Or some of the nanomites seem to be free roaming, so couldn't they just fix those people on their own? Like the movie decides which rules to apply to itself. I only showed this is because it's kind of the first time we get to see that these people are supposed to be intelligent human. I'm not saying you can't be scantily clad and intelligent, but you wouldn't be intelligent and bring these clothes with you on this mission. No.
It's just 500 years in the future, bro.
It doesn't make sense. Like
this is who I thought was in Final Destination.
Oh,
it's not her.
No, I know who you're talking about. She was in the 4400.
Yeah, Final Destination. Was it Allie?
Yeah.
Allie Larder? Yeah, that's definitely not Allie Larder.
Yeah, she was in Varsity Blues.
Yeah. Things change, Mox.
All right, and then that's what I showed this scene for too. Again, the wardrobe. This girl is ridiculous. So her shirt is completely like open, and then like like it's just stupid. It's stupid. It's not like I would say like.
Was it supposed to be like a futuristic was it supposed to be like a futuristic shirt?
I don't. Well, but the thing is, like, it's a lab. You work in a lab, like you.
But a future lab.
But like
maybe chemical spills don't happen anymore.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so yeah, like the reason why you wear scrubs and gloves in a lab is in case something gets spilt on you. But you're gonna have like your whole like everything showing. It's just a bad idea.
Well, it's so that the nanomites can get in there quicker.
Oh yeah, okay. Cam proved it wrong. It just, I guess you wouldn't pack these things to go on a spaceship.
No.
And you know what? How about this? I've never been on a spaceship. I don't know, but if I ever get to be the general manager of a spaceship, here's what I would do. I wouldn't let you bring any clothes on there. You're going to get like state issued clothes so that laundry day can just be once a month. Everybody wears the same clothes. Nobody gets to fight over. It's just the same outfit, different sizes. That's why you see that in Star Trek. You see it in Star Wars. Every space thing ever. Everybody has a uniform. That's because there was no space for your luggage. And then you don't have to have HR issues like midriff.
This message was brought to you by Trent Dutcher 2048 or 2448.
Okay, that was a useless rant.
It's a good point, but it's funny. I like how when we clearly enjoy the first movie and then go into the second one, we're like, well, we just got a few clips on this one, and then we spend 15 minutes just picking it apart before we watch a clip. I just like the vibes.
Well, there's not much to clip on this, but I do want to show that this is our android. This is Data. Right?
This is Data, yeah.
Hot C3PO.
Hot C3PO. I don't know why I don't like this character, but I don't.
I think it's the way that the actress plays it.
I don't think there's any characters in this movie you're supposed to like.
That's true.
Besides maybe Jason. And even Jason kind of sucks in this movie too.
I did clip this guy because I think it's weird. So he's like holding the pilot's head like this no big deal. Right? And then, and he pulls out the earpiece because now he has to be the pilot, right? And so he.
Dang it. With his do-rag on, or bandana, whatever.
So he cleans it with the guy's vest.
Hey.
And then.
You're lucky you weren't alive during the Microsoft conflict. Hell, we were beating each other with our own severed limbs.
It's nice.
Like an attack on Microsoft? I don't get it.
Apparently, Apple made this movie.
Yeah.
Let's get us home.
Neither of them actually want that. That credit.
So now we see the T2000 version of the Android woman.
Oh, wow.
Gave her an upload.
Okay. I gave her an upload, and I didn't. This isn't just me that says this. I did read this on IMDb and on MovieMistakes.com. But what nobody seems to bring up is that the tagline on the case of the movie says Jason got an upgrade.
Yeah. Oh no, Evil gets an upgrade.
Evil gets an upgrade. Oops. But this guy just said I gave her an upload. Like he said the wrong word.
Yeah.
Right? So if I can get back here. We don't have to watch Ear Guy again, do we? Here we go.
Oh, wow. Gave her an upload.
Afraid I'm gonna have to hurt you now.
Yeah, this is after they so they defrosted and everything.
Yeah. So Jason and one survivor got resuscitated, and then hijinks ensue.
Mostly machete themed hijinks.
Yeah, and that's
spoilers.
I don't actually mind the machete got to make the trip too, because it's an artifact from that time.
Sure, yeah.
And they refer to Jason as a famous murderer. I think if he was that famous, people would have stopped going to camp after the second season there.
Right. I mean, after after the second movie, you wouldn't have gone to Crystal Lake.
Yeah, they would. You just nuked it, right? I mean, unstoppable force. It just doesn't make sense. And also the girl, the survivor girl that's on this trip, that they reawaken after she was frozen, also tells a story about that. And then Jason was frozen, and then was and then nobody knows what happened. Nobody knows where he went from there. Yeah, they do. That's they exactly. I mean,
he's on the ship.
Yeah, I mean, it just her story didn't match up with her own story.
No.
But here's the nanomites. So they just T-2000 girl just ripped apart Jason. She took a leg, took an arm, took his head, right? And then now the nanomites are gonna put them back together because
they didn't ask. It just kind of happened, didn't it?
Yeah,
I remember it. Yeah.
Because he got kind of destroyed in the room that the nanomites are in.
So this is the upgrade.
Yeah.
This is the actual evil Baden upgrade.
But it's kind of nice though, to know that these nanomites would just do this without being told, right? Like they're not. It's not.
True neutral characters.
To the murderer.
Yeah.
Murderer on the ship, but not anybody else. They're dead.
So this is like the big reveal, like we're like kind of like when Zeus, we get to see Zeus in No Holds Barred. We get to see the new improved Jason.
Just a few less drunk.
I don't like this look.
It's stupid.
It looks like a rubber costume.
It looks like Shredder.
Ooh, good
from Turtles.
Yeah, hefty Shredder.
Super Shredder. Yeah. Or
Yeah.
Super Shredder, but hefty Shredder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which begs the question: would this Jason or Super Shredder win in a fight? I'd probably have to say Jason, just because
he's unstoppable.
Yeah.
So. Well, we're gonna see just how unstoppable he is in a moment here.
Woo! What do we got?
You would think that Jason would just be dumbfounded though, like you saw how stunned he was when he saw a younger version of himself. He's on a spaceship. He's on a spaceship. 400 years later, I mean, he's not like, whoa, what? Wait a second,
Well, this is after he went to New York. You got to keep that in mind.
Yeah, he's been to Manhattan already. Yeah.
Well, I do want to mention too that they mentioned that that the young girl or the young lady is the oldest living person. Is Jason not a person? And he's clearly older than he registered at camp well before she did.
He's dead. I'd say he got better. He's been modified. Oh, you think?
Yet those nanomites couldn't fix his eye.
They ran out of juice.
They're in beta. I like the sets in this. You guys like the sets?
Absolutely. I was going to mention that earlier.
The one set?
The set?
Yeah. The set.
But I feel like they stole it from something else.
Yeah, somebody's garage.
Yeah, or some TV show.
Yeah, like something we've never seen, like Stargate. Oh.
Yeah.
100%. Like, hey, you guys using that today? Can we use that? Oh, here comes
Yeah, I didn't include. I can't include the whole scene of this, sure. But this
is probably one of my favorite scenes of the movie.
Okay, because that's what they made it for. This is the fan service of the movie.
Yep, it is.
But I don't get how it works. So
no, stupid.
So this is not the hologram virtual game room that the guys where Rasta Corey and the other guy were in earlier. It's not the same room. This is a whole like holodeck. This is this is a Cerebro type of room, right? But everything's interactive. I don't get it. Like what is he holding?
Everything in this movie got upgraded when they got upgraded.
So he sees these two girls and they get naked. And then they say that they're going to do, they're going to smoke pot and they're going to have premarital sex and they're going to drink, and that gets him enraged here. And they get in their sleeping bags and he just starts beating them. But they're holograms. I don't get it. But this is clearly the fan service part. Like
it's put in a camp.
Yeah, like whoever was funding this movie was like, wait a second, you're not going to have them at a lake. I don't want to do this. And like, well, we'll have them in a lake for like 3 minutes.
Well, how can we put a lake on a spaceship? Come on.
We're going to make it like a hologram scene. Like, well, didn't you already have like a hologram scene in the virtual video game? They're like, nobody will notice.
I like that part though. Just smash.
Yeah, Corey likes when there's violence towards women. You know, it's.
Hey!
All right, here's our big end.
Is that Dan Aykroyd? I'm just kidding.
Here's the big ending, and it's kind of a long clip here, but it's super dumb.
He's coming this way.
So there he is. So this he's blowing up on the ship, but he's still so determined that he can go directly towards them. That's amazing. You know, like the timing of this jump. I mean, this guy could finish Super Mario or Metroid in a second.
You gotta be kidding me.
Or Jason NES.
But wait, what's even stupider than that is that other guy on the ship, the military guy, can not only jump the same, to intercept Jason, but he can he took the long way around.
Oh yeah,
that's just idiotic. And now he just kind of rides the Jason ship to Earth 2.
No, yeah, we didn't even mention Earth 2 earlier, did we?
No.
He's gone.
So you think this is like trying to set them up for a sequel?
Oh yeah, of course.
Of course, gotta leave it open.
So this is the dumbest thing in this whole movie, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Is that so? All these people just died, right? She tried to save the military guy. She really did. She almost died because she tried to save him. And this guy just lost all of his friends and his coworkers, probably his paycheck, right? And he lost his robot head's body.
He's still got the head, yeah.
But they just witnessed a lot. And seconds ago, they saw that Jason's still not dead, and that the guy that she tried to save is just going to meet his ultimate doom here. And then she says this.
I can't believe it. Son?
KN, you okay?
I'll be back on my feet in no time. As soon as I have some.
I'll get right on it.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's just less than 60 seconds ago, I almost died, but look at that view.
God. You got Rocket Man with Jason.
Yeah. Tandem jump.
The only thing that would have made it better is a wee.
And then they land right by a lake, and then it's and that's
starts all.
All right. So
yeah.
So
13th episode, huh?
Yeah, this is our 13th episode.
13th episode. That was good.
Well, real quick, I had some final thoughts. Okay. About I'll combine both of them, and then we'll give our scores for each individual one. Okay.
Okay. So you're gonna tell us about both movies then.
More about the franchise.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Just overall final thoughts.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I feel after the first 7 or 8 movies, the Friday the 13th creativity just lost all of its fuel, right? And so they had to start borrowing all of their movie plots from Muppet movies. Okay, so we got Jason Takes Manhattan and then the Muppets Take Manhattan. Let me see if I can correct my screen a little bit here. Give me just 1 second to do some there. And then we'll fix that over here. Look at that. Now you can see it. All right. So we got Jason Takes Manhattan, Muppets Take Manhattan. That's pretty obvious. I think that wasn't really that clever. But let's see how deep in the weeds we can go here. All right. I'm just fixing there we go. That looks a little better on the screen. All right. And then we had get it going here. We got Jason X, right?
Yep.
And Muppets from Space.
Did these come out like pretty close to each other?
I didn't check the dates.
Okay. What? But did Jasons come out? I know the first one probably did, but did the Jasons come out before the Muppets? You said
no.
Okay.
No. They were chasing.
So Jason's stealing it from the Muppets.
Oh yeah. The Friday 13th is just stealing the plots from the Muppet franchise. So then after Muppets from Space with Jason X, then they made what's considered to be the worst, right? I mean, it's arguable, right? But some people consider this the worst of the Friday the 13th movies, right?
Yeah, it's not that good.
Which happens to right inside with the worst of the Muppet movies, Muppet Treasure Island, right? I mean, really, like it starts to get weird, right? So then there was, maybe you guys didn't know this, but there was the Friday the 13th, the TV series.
Okay.
But there was the Muppet Show.
Oh, there was the Muppet Show. Yep, I know that one. Waka waka.
Yeah. So then there was the Muppet Christmas Carol.
What is this one gonna be, guys?
This is the Jason Voorhees Christmas Carol with Jason Kermit Voorhees.
Kermit as Jason Voorhees.
What they should do though, I guess I hope it comes out soon. Is for as far as a Christmas movie, it would be Jason Xmas.
Did you make these?
I did.
Nice. I like them.
I did.
That's good. Jason Xmas.
Yeah, and that's all I had.
I would watch that one too.
That was that was the two jokes I prepared were the
Corey Feldman
kid, and then Jason Xmas. Those are the two I worked on all weekend.
I'm gonna use the Feld kid for sure. My final thoughts. I mean, like I'm a bit okay. I am a fan of the franchise.
I am as well.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I've watched these movies multiple times, and like I get them all mixed up. I mean, not Jason X or Jason Goes to Hell.
Well, I'm going to interject. I'm trying to help you and not hurt you, but by interjecting. What I actually really respect your fandom with this series. I really do. I'm similar with different ones, right?
Sure.
But I'm envious because it wasn't that long ago where we were talking about the different ones, and I said, like 5, the 5th one where it wasn't even Jason, it was the paramedic, and you were like, and you said the character's name.
Yeah, Roy.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, it was Roy, and I was like, oh man, that's cool. That's cool that you knew the paramedic's name.
Is Roy.
Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, and honestly, kudos to you.
I learned a lot about Jason because, I mean, from a friend in the Friday franchise, but like we played the game on like PlayStation. We played it a lot. Like I probably have like over 900 hours logged on that game. And not many people they liked the game, but people got, tired of it. Anyways, yeah, so all the first like 4 or 5 movies, all kind of, not 5, but the first 4 movies kind of blend together, mainly 2 through 3, but I like the final chapter. There's a lot of cool kill scenes. That's what I like about the Friday the 13th movies. I'll just talk about Jason X too. I mean, Jason X is. It almost seems like it's a spoof on the Friday the 13th movies.
It feels like they wanted to be the Army of Darkness of the franchise, but then they didn't make it. They didn't make any jokes though.
No, they made it pretty serious. And Cam, the sets. Oh my God, the sets on that movie are just. They look fake.
I think there's like a
Price kind of.
Yeah, there's an ad for like insurance or something, and it's got like the bad props on purpose, and then the joke is like, oh, if you want the real deal, you got to pay for the real deal. But that set in that commercial, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but it looks exactly like this entire movie.
I'm trying to see what their budget was. Their budget was $11 million on.
Oh my God! What did they spend it on?
See, what you don't know is that android character was an actual android.
Yeah, they actually programmed her, built her, and uploaded her.
And thank you. And uploaded.
It grossed worldwide $17 million. So
hey, there we go.
And I'm not going to say the ranking, but 61,000 people have ranked it on IMDb. But anyways, I mean, those are my final thoughts on those two movies. I hope we do two more. And there's a couple that I think we could pair together. I would like to do more of these because I like them. But no, Cam needs to give his final thoughts on these movies.
Well, okay. These were a good, fun pairing because the first one. What was the budget on the first one, Wav?
Oh crap! So
I'm
what
sure
I
it
say,
was well under $11 million.
Probably under $11.
That was 2001, and this was 1984. Represent, but this was 2.6 million.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so you get a movie that is stretching the dollar, like Trent said before, but in such a fun way, and in a way that like all the kills are so silly that. But they are aware that the kills are silly, but then it's played in the Jason the Friday the 13th way. It's Crispin that gets the corkscrew through the hand, right? Like that's a good one. Like they're all fun. The get too close to the TV screen. Like I love the morality in the Jason kills, and I think that's the stupidest one of all of them in the whole series. Is I don't know when your mom told you not to sit too close to the TV, and he gets too close to the TV and just machete to the face. And then the other one with the big budget and just heartless, terrible CGI and terrible sets and no plot. And I thought it was a great pairing. But how are these two connected?
I mean, I guess. I mean,
there's a guy named Jason.
There's a guy named Jason, but it's not even played by the same guy.
And that's the real tragedy.
We were gonna, for our viewers, we were gonna maybe pair this up with X with Jason Goes to Hell, but
see, I thought you were wanting to pair Final Chapter with Jason Goes to Hell. I was never gonna watch X and Goes to Hell.
Yeah, that would be terrible. Terrible evening.
I'm glad we went with what we did then.
What? So how do we tie these together? I feel like I may have already stumbled over this once, but so we kind of went back and watched the Final Chapter.
Yep.
But then we went into the future and watched Jason X, right? And Crispin Glover was in the movie Back to the Future.
Nice.
And that's how they met.
Hold on. But you know who was also in Back to the Future was Leah Thompson. And Leah Thompson was in a movie called Space Camp. And Jason X takes place in space. Bam!
There we go.
That's a Space Camp reference.
I envy you for having to edit that down into a working title.
Jason always goes to camp. Space Camp.
Space Camp.
Once again, great job. That all you got, Cam? You guys want to hear the scores?
Oh yeah, well let's give our scores.
We gotta give our scores.
Oh yeah, let's give our scores. I'm gonna go first.
What movie are
we doing? Are we doing both of them or just do both at the same time?
Start with the first one. Start with the Final Chapter.
Dude, I give that a high score. Like, I'm a Jason fan. I like the kills a lot. Like, for horror movie slasher, that's a 7.
Yeah, I agree.
7.
It's a 7.
I'd give it a 6.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not my favorite of the Friday the 13th, but it's up there.
Cool. Jason X. I mean, oh, sorry. IMDb gives the final chapter a 6 out of 10. Even 6. But Jason X, I mean, that's a 4. I think that's where I'm at with Jason X. I give it a 4. Out of the Jason movies is how I compare them, you know. But yeah, what do you guys?
You think
got?
it's the 4th worst?
No, I guess I don't know what I meant by that. I guess I'm just saying I got to rank it low if I give Friday the 13th final chapter a 7.
All right, I'll go next. I'd give it a 3. It's the 2nd worst of the franchise.
Which you're gonna say
Goes to Hell is the
Goes to Hell.
Yeah,
that one's really bad.
Yeah.
I gotta say 2, just because it's what I said, like what I came in here with. But I'm kind of shocked. I thought I'd have the high score on this.
Oh wow, it's really bad. It's
so bad.
I couldn't. Usually I watch movies twice before we talk about them, and I couldn't do it.
Couldn't watch it.
I couldn't do it.
It's like a sci-fi movie, like that plays at 1 p.m. on a Wednesday.
Well, and that's why I gave it a 4 because, the originality behind it.
It feels like a
slasher in space.
I want to correct Cam. In my opinion, it feels like a sci-fi episode.
Yeah. Yes. IMDb gave it a 4.4 out of 10, and both about an average of 60,000 have ranked both of these movies.
I want to know why Jason X wasn't on HBO Max.
Because I think there are 2 different ownerships, so that's why they started changing the name from Friday the 13th to Jason movies.
Oh,
there was some legal battle, so I'm guessing that.
I'm certain when I saw Jason X for the first time, it was on HBO.
Well, I mean, it could have been at some point.
Maybe they flip-flopped the.
Yeah, but that was my only guess. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Anything else?
Stay tuned for more. Give us movies to watch. We watched all the movies we've ever seen, so we need more now.
We watched the 8 movies we all know.
Well, so that means that we've watched. Oh my god, if this is the 13th episode, that means we've watched 26 movies
plus the
2 movies that we didn't do.
Yeah. Well, and then how many freaking cutting edges were there? 4?
Not enough. Okay, Corey, you answer this. Here'll be our final real thought. This is truth. Honesty wins everything. If a new cutting edge movie came out in the theaters on Friday, and a new Friday the 13th movie came out, not only I don't want to really know which one you would go see, but which one do you think would be better?
Well, I would hope that they would have combined them and called it Friday the 13th, The Cutting Edge.
Ooh,
I think that would have been good.
Well, yeah, he's already got the hockey mask,
dude.
Yeah,
look at the wheels spinning.
Oh my gosh, he's Jason decides to go to get out of the hockey game and get into partners skating,
right?
And he has to find a partner, but he keeps killing them.
And it's always with the toe pick.
Toe pick.
And it's all these young girls and they're experimenting with drugs and premarital sex and teenage drinking.
Dude, I think we have something here. We should go into the movie business instead.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
That would be. Well, thank you. We'll have two new movies next week.
Not new.
Not new, but to talk about. But I mean, that's all we got here. Thanks again for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time on Do You Remember This Movie?
Do you remember
show.
Honey, get a haircut.
Oh, Ma.